Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with the new Royal Giant deck that I almost always lose against. I despise this deck. After archers got nerfed, Firecracker is back in business. Because you don't care about King Tower activation, you can use Firecracker and Electro Spirit, which most decks wish they could run but can't because they can't afford to activate King Tower. Monk's strongest synergy is with Royal Giant. If your opponent tries to use high damaging cards like Archer, Queen, or Musketeer to crush your RG, or they try to use a building like Cannon or Bomb Tower to distract it, they're gonna do nothing. Actually, worse than nothing. They're gonna hit their own units, allowing your Royal Giant to lock onto your opponent's tower faster, creating a massive disaster. And when you pull high damage cards like a Pekka off of your Royal Giant using your fisherman, it gets even more aggravating. If you don't have Monk, use Royal Ghost. It's time to turn my most feared deck into one of my favorites and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all of the high effort videos possible. Yo, this guy's gonna have Hog Rider, Earthquake, and Mortar in his banner, so that is a top tier deck if he's deciding to play it today. He's already starting off with the yawning emoji, so maybe he's gonna be a toxic Sir. We'll have to wait and see. Electro Spirit is the best way to counter bats. It's a -1 trade for the opponent. And also on top of that, you're able to hit every single one of the bats without having to worry about, oh, it's my Fire Spirit or Ice Spirit gonna jump onto all the bats at once. So interesting to see this guy have an Ice Golem, Miner, Firecracker. Wait, he's gonna have a different type of Hog Rider deck that I haven't played against in a long time. We are gonna activate King Tower for him, but we will kill the Firecracker, so it doesn't really matter for me, because if we activate King Tower and we're running Royal Giant, oh my gosh, wait. The Barbarian Barrel from him went for us, and it locked onto his tower, and he's already dead. I didn't think he would have Barbarian Barrel because we saw Miner. I think what we're playing against is a Balloon Cycle deck, and that Monk value was magical. That was hilarious. We stole his Barbarrel, we locked onto his tower, and not only did he not expect that because he's like, he's not stupid enough to activate King Tower. Well, because I have Royal Giant, I don't care. It's not even a dumb decision for me to do, so unexpected plays like that, clicking your Monk ability when your opponent is expecting their spell to give them value, is one of the best situations possible. So he's going to go in for a Balloon and a Miner. He might actually take my tower here. This is starting to become a compromising position. Nope, never mind. It's only 2,000 HP now. Yeah, I've definitely won this one. All right, we've taken 2 towers. Let's see if we can actually 3-crown this man, you know? No mercy out here. We're going in crazy hard in the paint. The Monk is on the tower. We're not trying to defend. We're just trying to give him the end. And let's go, guys. 3 towers to none equals a ton of fun for us. As you guys can see, if you've got Monk and Phoenix, you have a lot of great support for your Royal Giant. Taking the tower early was just devastating for our opponent's mental, and the fact that he wasn't able to take a single tower while we dissected each one of his speaks volumes to how broken the card combination of Royal Giant Monk is. We got a game against Rain, and it's time to rain down the positive elixir trades. He's immediately going to go for a Hog Rider. We're going to captivate that with our Fisher Boy, and we're going to go and yoink it right onto the King Tower. So I wonder if we can go in for a pretty awesome posture with a Royal Giant at the river and then also go in for a Phoenix. Usually I wouldn't do this, but since he already casted his aggressive play of going in for a Hog Rider, he is down a bit of elixir. Because the Fisherman counter pushes, it's +1 trade against the Hog Rider initially anyway, so we'll see what he's going to have on defense. If that Phoenix can at least give us one shot, that'd be awesome. Doesn't work out. At least we know what his deck is. It's probably going to be Musketeer with Mortar as his best answers to go and damage down our Royal Giant. So I'm expecting him right now to go in for another Hog Rider, and we can just go in for a Fisherman and go pull it, and then we can go in maybe for a Monk at the same time. So yeah, I'm just going to wait for his Hog Rider potentially, and we might click the Monk ability depending on what happens. I think he's going to go in for a Musketeer. Yeah, he does. Let's go. Does it target the Monk? Yes, sir. Look at that value. The Monk's going to give us absurd value. It's going to be tanking for the Firecracker still. That's insane. And then the Monk bounces back the Mighty Miner too. Wait. Is the Firecracker without a vicinity? Is it not in vicinity of the tower? It's still staying alive. That is ridiculous. That's bonkers, my dudes. We can go for a Royal Giant again, and the Firecracker is eternal out here. She refuses to lose. Okay, great Fireball for us, and then we're going to go for a Barbarian Barrel. Since we're up so much elixir, might as well take the advantage and rush our opponent. We've got the Royal Giant walking onto the tower and loading up the value, and the Barbarian Barrel too. He's like, we can't let the Royal Giant do all the work by itself. We got to go and rain in some actual damage with the swords. So he's going to go for a Hog Rider since he's taken so much damage. He's going to feel pressured to do damage on us, and we can fully counter the Hog Rider with the Fisherman in this particular placement. We pull the Hog Rider to the other side. That's going to be really nice. And okay, he's going to go in for a Mighty Miner in front of it. A little bit unfortunate he decided to do that. It's totally okay. It does happen in Clash Royale where your opponents make really smart decisions of not giving you the excessive, you know, positive elixir trades by just going and yanking a regular Hog Rider with no other thing nearby. Very smart decision from our opponent. Got to give him credit where credit is due. You know what? This guy is playing a lot better than I thought. He's going to go for another Hog Rider and not give me that much of an ability of going in for the Monk. I'm going to click the Monk ability just in case he wants to do anything else. I'm going to go for a Barbarian Barrel, and I'm going to try to Fireball on top of a Hog Rider here whenever he drops it. I don't know when he's going to do it, but I want to Fireball on top of the Hog Rider too. I'm going to go in for the Fisherman whenever he drops a Hog, whenever he will. I think it's going to be a lone Hog Rider since he doesn't have the Mighty Miner nearby, so I should be able to fully counter it. Yeah, this should be a fully fledged counter with the Fisherman. So this is what you want to do. Use your King Tower, use your Fisherman, and then you walk with a win. With 17 seconds remaining, rain. You can't rain your units on our tower. It's just no way of breaking through the Monk that bounces things back and our Fisherman from pulling your Hog Rider away from our tower every time. Really easy victory there. Let's bounce on the next one and keep climbing up. All right, so this guy had Princess and Dark Goblin in his banner. We'll see what he's going to be packing. Maybe he's going to be running a log bait deck. There's a lot of different decks in the meta right now. People are experimenting, and there really isn't a solidified meta because everyone's playing Mega Draft, so no one really knows what's the strongest. Unless you are like me and you go and study the top players and ask what the best players in the world are playing. So he's going to go in for a Golden Knight dash. It's going to definitely lock onto most of my stuff, and it hits my tower still. Even after the nerf, Golden Knight is surprisingly strong in some situations. Wow, that mutilated my tower. I'm down 700 damage right now. This doesn't feel right, you know? Okay, so the Monk is going to be able to blast back the rest of his giant skeleton, and we're kind of having to make a comeback right now. This is probably the most tragic game out of all the ones that we started off with. So we'll see if we can make this happen. I'm going to go for an Electro Spirit last second to go and pull back the giant skeleton so it doesn't lock onto my tower and doesn't explode in my face. Really good fireball value for me, snacking on top of the Magic Archer and hitting the tower. What are you going to do, my man? Electro Wizard, Magic Archer, and then also Giant Skeleton. I mean, not necessarily like the scariest deck for us. I think he might end up having a Mother Witch in his deck, which also isn't that good for him either because we don't have that many cheap cards. Huh. What are you going to do? If we go for a Fisherman in the middle and we go and pull the aggressive Golden Knight, we can maybe go in for a Royal Giant on the other side. Yeah, I'm going to Royal Giant on this right-hand side and apply opposite lane pressure. So if he goes in for a Giant Skeleton or anything to defend, he's not going to be going in the same side that he already has a lot of damage on. So all these counter-pushing units, they don't really matter to me. So that's great. Wait, is the Firecracker going to be able to finish off the Royal Ghost too? Wait, no way. It's not even dead yet. Firecracker, you're absolutely busted sometimes. If he goes Barbarrel, that'd be hilarious. No! I wish the Golden Knight targeted on top of the Monk. I know the Monk didn't want that to happen. He's a little bit of a selfish sir out here, but worked out pretty well. We're currently in the damage lead after losing by quite a large margin before. All right, we're going to go for Electro Spirit last second. That should be able to clap the Golden Knight. I don't think he's going to click the ability anyway. I just didn't want him to go in the same side as me. Really important to not go same side as a Giant Skeleton player or people that have this good of defense because they fling up Giant Skeletons at you and it's not a good feeling. All right, he's probably going to drop something in the middle. We'll have to wait and see what he does. Yeah, Magic Archer again. We're just going to Fireball on that so it doesn't end up killing the Firecracker. Let's go. Huge value for me. I'm going to go Monk last second. Drop it behind the Giant Skeleton so it won't walk into the bomb. And then we can go in for a Fisherman here and go and fish on those goblins out here. Pretty nice stuff. All right, I definitely do want to go in for another Phoenix here. And then I think I can go for an Electro Spirit so then his Golden Knight dash is just useless. Oh no! Speaking of useless, what is my Phoenix doing? Why did it go run away from the annoying card on my tower? Okay, so I have a plan. I'm gonna go Monk here, Firecracker on top of his cannon cart that is postured in a position that our Firecracker can lock onto the tower as well. Oh my gosh, look at the damage. If we get one more Firecracker shot, we would have won, but wait. I'm wondering right now, do I just go in for a Fisherman here, defend with a Phoenix, and then also potentially a Barbarian Barrel, or do I just Fireball the tower? There's a lot of different decisions here. I'm going to Fireball on the closest possible tile on his tower because that arrives a little bit quicker and it finishes off the game. Don't want to mess around with the Magic Archer and Goblins that are spawning on my tower. I'd rather just secure an easy win. Even against some of the most dirty defensive decks in the game with Electro Wizard, Tornado, and Giant Skeleton, your Royal Giant will royally wreck. All right, we got a game against Magno. I really wanted to say his name is Mango. I was going to be like, dude, you're delicious, but I guess not. So he's not going to be cycling anything at the start. I'm full of disappointments right now. He's not a Mango. He's not spamming us. What's going to happen? Okay. Thankfully, I don't go for a Fisherman in the back because he's got Giant Skeleton. That would explode on my tower. That could be catastrophic for me. However, I mean, I could go for a Firecracker at the river. I think he's going to lock on the tower for at least one shot. I wonder how well that's going to work. Ooh, he's going to go for his own Firecracker. He's fighting fire with fire. So I think for us, it's important for us to just kill that Giant Skeleton. I don't know if the Monk is going to be able to do it. I hope so. I pray so. Please, Monk, put in the work. Let's go. So that Giant Skeleton isn't going to give us any problems anytime soon. We can go for a Fireball really early on to knock back all the piggies and then damage them down. But he's going to go in for a second horde of piggies on me. What? Dude, get out of here with those shenanigans. Unfortunately, we don't even activate King Tower with them. Oh my gosh. It prioritizes killing the weaker piggy, which is not what we want to see, Fisherman. You're so dumb, fisherman. You had one job. Focus the strong pig. So he's going to go in for a fly machine in the back with giant skeleton. He's probably got mother witch as well. Just judging by this deck, 99% of the time when you see rail hogs plus mirror, it also is going to be packing a mother witch as well. Ooh, interesting for us. We were able to kill the fly machine. Usually that doesn't happen, or at least sometimes when I click the monk, it doesn't always end up killing the fly machine. So I'm pretty happy about that. I can go for a firecracker. I'm pretty sure that my firecracker shoots first before his. Nice. His firecracker was just chilling there. You guys see that? It was just like looking at the other firecracker. It was like, you know, I could kill you, but I don't want to, you know? You're my sister. And then the sister ended up slapping her in the face. Maybe we can go in for a rail giant here. I'm saving my fireball because it could mirror up the pigs, and that was so catastrophic for me that I don't want to, you know, relive that experience. It's not something that I ever want to have happen again. So if he's got barbs or something randomly, then we can go in for that, but I guess not. Wait, is the Phoenix going to lock on a tower? No way. Dude, Phoenix putting in the big bird work. That's awesome, because we can go for a fireball here. Guarantee we snag the tower. I guess we ate Mr. Mango. I don't know, guys. We're going to go and change his name to Mango. I want to imagine eating his tower alive because, you know, it feels a little bit better that way. GG and well played to him. There's no way for him to bounce back. Even though he's got giant skeleton and fisherman bouncing all on our side of the map, we've got too many birds and monks and firecrackers that are great defensive cards that are really difficult for anyone to break through. For instance, he's going to go in for his huge push right now, and we can just stack up the firecracker along with the monk to bounce things back, and then we've got the fireball for his mirrored up pigs. There's nothing he can do. Despite this man's majestic surprise of the double pigs at the start, we were able to pick up a pretty solid defense as we realized what his deck was and identify what we needed to keep in hand so we could keep a solid game plan to secure the win. We got a game against Skrillex, and he's going to be calling 911 now because he needs some help. He is not going to be having a good time in this matchup because Royal Giant perseveres through everything. He's going to give us some love, so we'll give him some love. We'll give him, you know, this perception that everything is going to be nice in this game for him, but he's going to get welcomed by an onslaught of units spammed every single second, especially with the monk on the map. We are able to pulverize the Ram Rider with an empowered third attack from the monk. Each 3 attacks, the monk attacks a little bit harder, and he does a lot more damage. We're going to go for a fireball here. Hopefully, we're going to be able to pounce on top of the Dark Prince. Not going to give us the best trade in the world, but it's something I can work with. I can Electro Spirit to reset the Dark Prince's charge and then hopefully finish everything else off. I don't think the Dark Prince even touches my tower. So, wow, this guy got greedy with the zap. He's like, Jake, I'm going to make you wrong. I'm going to make you pay for what you say. Unfortunately for us, you know, the Dark Prince did not follow through with this man's promise. So we can go in for a really aggressive Ram Rider counter with maybe like a fisherman to go and activate King Tower if he decides to go in for the Ram Rider to go and counter our Royal Giant. Okay, so he's going to fireball. You know what another play is? If we go for a monk and we reflect back the Ram Rider's shot at itself, we slow down the Ram Rider. So it's pretty fun to do. I don't think we're really going to get the best trade in the world here. Oh, it's so good that I didn't go for a Royal Giant into a Pekka. That's actually way better for me. I feel a lot better about myself. I feel like I made the right choice. We're going to knock the Electro Wizard to the other side so it doesn't counter push to the Pekka. This could be doom and gloom for me because then I would have to defend both sides. Okay, yeah, it is. It's still okay, maybe, sort of, kind of okay. Yeah, I think it is. Because the Dark Prince is not going to come down. We're not going to have to worry about that immediately. He doesn't have Elixir for everything, so he's going to Dark Prince. Probably activate King Tower against this Firecracker if I had to guess. And then we can go and counter that with our Fisherman. So, not the best, but not the worst thing in the world. We'll roll with it. Fisherman, I choose you. So if we're playing against a Pekka deck, this matchup scales really well for us in the later stages of the game because our Firecracker is going to be able to pierce through the Pekka and then also give us some damage on the tower. Also, another thing that we can use is the monk to go and push back the Pekka, and then the Fisherman to go and push back the Pekka as well because it's going to be able to pull the Pekka away from our Royal Giant. So what I'm planning on doing right now is trying to go opposite lane most of the time. So I'm going to go in for my Royal Giant here. I'm going to go in for a Firecracker afterward, and then I'm going to try to go for a Fisherman to go and pull the Pekka. I think he's going to go Pekka, and I want to pull it, and I don't want to deal with it. Nice. Let's go. So can I defend the Pekka? That's another question that I haven't had to, you know, answer before. I really hope it's a yes. I'm going to go in for a Fireball here. I should be able to knock back the Ram Rider without too much damage. Then I'm going to Electro Spirit, and then I'm going to go for a Fisherman. I don't think that the Dark Prince is going to be able to come down. Yeah, we're good. No Dark Prince. As long as the Dark Prince doesn't come in the right-hand side, we're okay, because we can eat the damage on the left-hand side. It doesn't matter to me. So I'm going to go for another Phoenix here, and then I can go for Royal Giant, and the importance of going opposite lane is very apparent right now. All of the units our opponent defends this Royal Giant with are not going to be going to the side that he wants. So I can probably just Fireball on top of the Barbarian and the Electro Wizard and the Bandit too. Oh my gosh. That was huge. And notice how he can't really make any seemingful offensive plays because he's just going to be going right into a firecracker and also not really with the 900 HP tower that he was working on so hardcore there. What do we do? Do we go in for another Royal Giant at the river and then try to make another play with like a fisherman on top of the pekka? Oh, that's really wacky. He doesn't have bandit in cycle. What is he trying to do? He's got a ram rider with his pekka. I think we just fireball because those are his two best answers. He doesn't have either of them in cycle. How is he expecting to defend the Royal Giant? The answer is a resounding no, he isn't able to. We had Electric Spear to tank for that last Pekka shot too, so it wasn't really that close. So as you guys can see, even against Pekka Ram Rider with Electro Wizard, with tons of ways of slowing you down and damaging you down fast with the Pekka, they don't really work so well in the later stages of the game because your Firecracker and your Phoenix put in so much work. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an amazing rest of your day.